Welcome to the Plan 6 parts video. Welcome to part 2 of seat covering. So on part 1 I basically covered on just basically how I left it. The reason why I didn't continue on is because basically my hands were full of spray glue. And the last thing you want to do is have sticky hands and putting it all over your vinyl covers, because again I've done it. So part 2 allows me to go wash my hands, clean it all off and start. If you're wondering what gets it off pretty quick, this. So as bad as it is, I spray my hands with some brake cleaner, wipe it off the cloth, and I go wash my hands and we're all good. So, now we're good to continue. So, in the first part I said about how it goes at the back. So, as you can see, it slides down, it slips down underneath. At the back of it, you have the bar. Hopefully you can see this. It goes underneath it. So you'd start from this corner here where it ridges around and basically just pull it through till it sits under this bar. So I'm trying to hold it at the same time. So it basically just goes under this. It's the shortest route back to, because it has to be pulled and stretched across. Alright, so now check the camera and make sure we're right in the middle. So now we're going to tie it down. So where do we want to start from? It doesn't make much of a difference where you start from, but the key is though you will need an X-Acto blade to cut here, because these do have to come around and you'll end up with these sticking up, so you will have to make a notch in them. Once you know that's staying in this position, I'm going to put a little notch here, that's fine. However, before I do, I want to show you the front. So as we've done before, we know the line runs down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this and make sure I pull pretty much in line in here. So this one here I'm going to pull and try to get this to sink down, because I want to try to get it basically down like here. That's going to sink down, and the groove is going to stay pretty much along here as best I can. Will you get it perfect? It may not be, but we're going to do as best we can. Because at the end of the day, that's all we're trying to do here. As much as we can do, they're funny things. So our clips. I thought I had a full packet of these clips new. I guess not, so I'm just going to use some of the old ones. I'm going to put them in, and then eventually I can always just pop them off and replace them with the new ones, because I know I have them somewhere and God forbid I can't find them. So this line here is pretty much here. So I'm going to put one here, and one here. That's the clips here. If you took them off, you'll know exactly what clips they are. Smooth side to the outside, and the ridged, the ripple or the fork on the inside. So I'm going to pull it as best I can first. I have just propped on the box, like I said, because it gives me a bit of leverage to it. Okay, so that's my starting point. Now the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to have two in here. I want to follow this line. Like I said, I know this line runs pretty much along here. So what I'm going to do is, so I know this is pretty much where it's going to go, that I'm pretty happy, because I've pre-glued it. This is the best thing, because I've glued it in the position where I wanted to go, I know this doesn't have to move. So I'm going to make a little slit here. Just a small one, just enough to go as far as I need it. So. Oh, then I'm going to pull and stretch on it. Then I'm just going to do this, just enough to take the pressure off it, so it goes on the inside. Now, good. I'll do the same on this side. Does it make a difference which side you put the slit on? Nah, not really, but I'll always go with the inside, because they're less likely to see here than you will here. But again, it's a preference. So I know along here is where I want to pull it. Oh, great. Alright. Looking good. Feels pretty good and firm. I'm going to work my way around now. So again, you want to get good firm pulling as best you can. Do you want to over pull it? Not really. You just want to have enough now that if you pull too much, you end up with a flat spot like a bow. You want it to go up as best you can, but at the same time, it still needs to come around. So you want to make sure it's tight, but at the same time, you get it over the bend. So my suggestion is just get just enough as what you need to get it over the lip, and nothing more. Now you can put as many of these clips on as you want. Like I put 3 at the front, there should be 1, 2, and then you have a bar clip, 1, 2 bar clip, and then there should be 3 at the back. If you have more, get more. The more you have, the better. There's no limit to the switches or the ones you can put on this. Again, if you're reusing these, because they usually come off pretty good, you can always spray them black, especially if it's a black C. You don't come color coded, but to be honest, they're down the bottom, you don't really see them. Hopefully the camera can still see this. I never checked to see where I was compared to the camera if it moves. And then you have 2 round clips that should come off, and they could basically go on here. If you find them not, like this is not the greatest of weakness, just squish them a bit, give them a little squeeze before you put them on, just to make sure you stay in spot. Now you can glue this, you can spray glue it as well if you want it, but to be honest, you're not going to achieve anything because it's too, it's the material you don't want to be doing that to it. I'll take this off and redo it just to make sure. Alright, so that looks pretty good. Like I said, you can put more on it. I can put more on if I really wanted it. I'll see. I'll get around it first and I'll see how it goes on. So let's see how it looks so far. Oh, looking nice. Like I said, I'm not too worried about this here because I know the crease is here where it's meant to be. And like I says, after some time, it will wear in. So the next part, like I says, the sides of it. The sides you just want to tuck in. So when you push it through, push as much down as you can. You can blade this if you want. Like I'm going to cut a bit at the back and put a bit of glue onto it. You see it, sorry, I wasn't showing you. Just along here. So I folded it in to squeeze it in as best I could. To basically fit as much in here. And then I'm going to cut it because I don't want to be gluing 2 sides. I want one side, so I'll take a little notch out of here. Which I'm going to do actually. I'll just do it, show you. Because I have a notch here. And again, it depends how yours ends up. Will it be the exact same? Maybe. If you do it this way, it should be. So basically I can take this, it's a lot less, and I'm going to put some glue, and I'm going to glue it in here. Set for a second, and then wherever it goes. Now if you have more of these rings, could you put one? Like, could I put one up here? Oh, absolutely I could. no reason why you can't. So if you have extra ones, by all means, these will make life a lot easier for you than the glue. As you can see, it's looking pretty good. Oh, as long as the holes. Actually, do you know what? I'm going to use the clip to hold it, and then I'll remove it in a little bit when it's hopefully it stays sticking. Now I'm going to do the same for the far side. And this part here is a choice how you want to do it. So it's how you want to tidy up yourself. There's no rule. I'm not going to say there's one way better than the other. I'm taking the V out of this. I just took a V to allow me to basically press it down. So I'll take this edge off it. Again, you have a number of different ways. Maybe you want to put a little screw in here, rivet. It's totally up to yourself. No, when it comes to fixing this on, there's no technically right or wrong way. It's whatever way just basically tidies it up the best. It's basically the excess down the bottom. Well, obviously it didn't stick. I wish I had more than clamps actually. Pretty sure if I look around I'll find some. Alright, it's sticking a lot better. This one, maybe I just have too much on it. There's no perfect way of doing this. I'm not going to pretend this is the best way to do it. As long as it gets tucked in and it's fixed in the back, whatever way you want to do it yourself, that's fine. Some of them they'll cut them. I've often bladed up here and run it across this way. It's a preference. Now the last part obviously is this. We're going to get this and give it a good stretch. It's going to come in and clip in. So 1, 2, 3, and again that will just glue down here. But this one's a little bit more straightforward. A little bit of glue for extra support. So I'm going to pull these two only because I know the runner comes right down the middle and I want to make sure that comes in as best I can get it. Now obviously I have to put a nick in it for the, I swear I just had a blade. Again, you put something down. I know probably on the camera you can see where I put it and I don't know where it's gone. No, I use a spare blade. I know it's beside me here somewhere. Again, if you're taking these apart, you may not find these clips in this position, which is fine. I like to put them here because again, it holds. Oh, there's the blade. There's a bit glue on it. Oh, it's going to stick down there. Yeah, just one at the back would do. Don't get me wrong, one here would be sufficient. But I want to make sure it doesn't pop up. Aren't you looking forward to doing these seat tracks yourself? These seats. Alright. That's it. That's stuck down. Let me use this hammer for a bit more pressure here. It's pretty stiff. There we go. Now. There we go. I'm happy with that. That was right on. I'm going to trim off any excess here. Trying to go through the seat diaphragm. Alright. Let's see what she looks like. I know she's going to look good. Oh, there you go. There you go. Look at that. Beautiful. It says I'm not concerned about that because I know it is here and it does follow here, same as here. And it says over time it will wear in and it will wear down. But there you go. Nice. It's plush here where you want it and at the front because we made sure to get this over the lip that forced it in and pushed it up. And again, when we pulled it around the side, we didn't pull too much so we don't get a flat spot, to leave it up as best we can. So that's it. That's the bottom half of it done. Looks great. So join me now on part 3 where we're going to start on the lumbar section. So yeah, thanks for watching.